us all, aren't they? Reducing population to make more time for the rest of you.
Clarke, you are not being executed. You're being sent to the ground. All 100 of you.
Letting prisoners go. Arming them. Those are serious crimes, Abby. As Chancellor, you can't expect me to just
You weren't elected Chancellor, Marcus. You only got the job because Saloni has beat you to redemption. What's the passphrase, Clarke? I love you, Clarke. Don't ever forget that. This isn't goodbye. We've been here before. This is not a choice. Yes, it is. So it's okay for me to be the monster, but not you, is that right? Eat or die. That was you too!
Missing the way it makes you feel. Scratch that. Not feel.
Raven, I'm not your mother.
So I guess we could consider this another tribute video, taking some foundation from Maybelline Fit Me in Classic Ivory, as well as my foundation brush, and setting over with some Revlon powder. Then going in with brows, I'm taking Mocha from Dominique Cosmetics Latte Palette. Abby's brows has a rather short tail, not too thick or thin in density, but a vague arch. Then going in with eyeshadow, I'm taking some of Mocha into my crease. Not too worried about the blending for right now, just depositing the colour to start things off with. Then taking some of vanilla and placing this onto my main lid just to help brighten up my eyes. Then taking some more of Mocha and using this to line my lash line just to make my lashes look a bit thicker. Then taking some more vanilla onto my brow bone. And then some Maybelline Lash Sensational obviously on my lashes. Then taking this nude lip tone, because through all the seasons Abby has always had a bit of a nude lip. Then I went to go in with Mocha on the root, but that would have taken me 1,000 years. So removing the wig just casually and taking this L'Oreal Root Touch Up Spray. This isn't sponsored, but I had it lying around, so putting it to good use. I am spraying specifically the blonde streaks, mostly for the root only, and the spray will definitely help fade it out. So once the wig is on, it's looking a lot better and less tiger striped. As you can see, the wig has got other partial highlights throughout the rest of it. Abby has always had partial highlights throughout her hair, but throughout third season and fourth season, she had a little bit more specific highlights around her hairline, just around the face framing parts of her hair. But for the first 2 seasons, she's just had more subtle highlights here and there. So now I'm clearly cutting the bangs portion. In the first season, Abby had, I guess you could consider, grown out bangs. It was about chin length, but because this is a wig and once you cut it, it won't grow back. So I was cutting a little bit less than what I needed to, so therefore I'll still have a lot more left over. But more or less, if I wanted to cut some more off, which I did off camera, I cut it to about chin length, give or take, but I kept it a bit longer than what I thought I needed. So of course the same thing on the other side, just a lot less hair. And I'm also cutting it a downward motion so that it automatically gives it that layered effect. Then taking about a 2 to 3 inch section from the top of my head, and a little bit less on the other side. And if I needed to brush over to smoothen it out, I did, since your fingers can only do so much. So then taking a clear elastic, but you're more than welcome to use a hair tie, just as long as it's a small one in size, not too thick, but I went in with an elastic. And now wrapping a singular strand of hair around the base of it. She either had this going on, or she had a little teeny tiny bun, just with the remainder hair that was at the back of her head that was just a massive epic ramble. So just loosening a little bit more of hair around my right side of my face, because she did have some tendrils hanging loose. So now separating a 1 to 2 inch section away from the rest, and then braiding the rest of the hair into a side braid. Just a simple 3-strand braid, nothing too fancy, but it is basically an extension on from her half up style. Outfit wise, she does have this navy blue, I assume it's a denim jacket that she's wearing, but either way it's a trench coat, a very long down to the knees coat. Mine has some minor detail on it, it's only waist length, but it was as close as I could get to it, plus this navy blue shirt. I assume she was wearing something like that underneath. So I'm basically just giving myself a split lip effect, but for this outfit she does have her hair down and half up still, and then she changes over to this type of ski-like jacket. I left my navy blue shirt on because I wasn't too sure what she had on underneath. I mean, for the third season she definitely sports a singlet shirt more, but for jackets wise that was as close as I could get to it. For pretty much all 4 seasons, this is now 5th season, she has technically a leather jacket on, which the part that's supposed to cover the chest is a bit bare, but she has a black tank top on and a very tight skin hugging leather jacket. So clearly I am working with a secondary wig. I intentionally bought 2 because I knew I was going to have to cut one, which obviously you saw in the beginning. So now for this wig, as you can see I left one side highlighted because Abby does have a grey platinum streak, as her hair is a lot longer now, 6.5 years later, and the other side I shaded down. So just removing or clearing away, sectioning off, etc. some more tendrils, pinning some back. So once that piece is pinned back, I then took the rest of the hair behind me, attempting to do a Dutch braid, and I actually didn't mind that the wig was bunching up a little bit. It actually helped add to the look because Abby's hair for the 5th and 6th season is pretty unkempt. It's like she attempted to pin her hair back a little bit just to get it out of her face, and of course by most of the 5th season, unfortunately for anyone, she did treat Mercury as men. For the most part she just had her hair up and out of the way, but still a lot of tendrils hanging loose. So then I just pinned it down off to the side. But by the 6th season she definitely has her hair more specifically tied off with a hair tie. So this was as close as I could get. Outfit wise, I just have a black shirt on, but again she had a leather jacket on. So when she was trying to perform surgery on Kane after the attack of Vincent and arguing with Octavia, she had this bruise mark on her forehead and a little bit of blood on her cheek, so I was basically using some red lipstick, but by the time I played around with lighting it looked a bit more true to colour the way I was supposed to. So this is all my Abbies. Thank you all so much for watching. She will definitely be surely missed. Thank you all so much for watching, and I shall see you all for my future videos. Ciao!